Hello, this is my 2006 Subaru Legacy. Been suffering with some overheating issues, so we're going to do a coolant flush, change the thermostat, and it's also got an issue with the O2 sensor, so we're going to change that as well, and hopefully she'll be right as rain by the time we're finished. After jacking up the car, I'm going to open the bonnet.
Open the radiator cap. Take the little plug out of the bottom of the radiator and let the coolant drain. Going to remove those bolts in the heat shroud and then loosen the sensor. Unplugging it from the top. Once everything's drained out of the radiator, we'll then take out the drain plug in the side of the engine. So we've got the sensor out, and here's the new one. We'll shove that back in the opposite way we took the other one out. So the hose going to the thermostat is going to come off. Take the screws off that hold the thermostat on, release the hose, and then drain the rest of the fluid. So here's the old thermostat after taking out the housing. You can see the other rubber O-ring is quite perished. So we've got to change that out for precautionary measures with a brand new one. So we take the new thermostat and just push it back in where the previous one was. Like so. So now we've got everything connected underneath, thermostat's back in, we'll add the coolant, deionized water, and the rad cleaner. So once you let all the bubbles come through, connect the battery back up and give the key a turn. Let it all get nice and warm, just let it idle. You'll see more bubbles come through in the coolant now, up through the funnel. Just checking for leaks, can't see anything coming down, all good. So we drained out all the water, put in the coolant, got it nice and warm now, so we've left it running for about 20-25 minutes. See a few bubbles still coming through there, as we're still bleeding out some of the air. There you go, temperature's nice and warm. You can hear that the fans are all blowing nice hot air. We've got it completely maxed out, so lots of heat, lots of air. Get it circulating around through the heater matrix.
So, bleeding it through, as you can see, it's taken absolutely ages, and that is filthy. So that's a mixture of the old coolant that was in there and the cleaning stuff, as well as a little bit of deionized water. Lovely. It has splashed over a few times as it's been pulled through and air's been pushed out. There we are. Idling nicely where it should be. So now we just keep waiting. And still no hot air coming through the vents. So obviously there's a bit more air in the system yet. Whilst I've been sorting this out, I've also installed a new battery. So it starts up nicely now. Starter motor could do with a clean or a replacement, but we'll say that for another day, shall we?
So I'm going to put in some fresh fluid after draining out the previous stuff, and then we'll take it for a test drive.
Take it for a drive. Enjoy it.
It's going to be fun.
Might not have many more left in it.
So, do you think it's the head gasket?
I hope it's not. But the way that it's like pushing air into the system, I feel like it would be.